Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Frame by Frame, Nikon's very own podcast show live here at Exposure Festival in Sharjah City, where we dive deep into the heart of photography and videography, exploring insights, tips, and techniques, stories from renowned photographers all around the globe. Join me as we uncover the magic behind the lens in each and every episode. Hi, I'm Elle Laine, your host for today's podcast. And a little bit about me, I am a content creator, both in photo and video, also a hair and makeup artist. But hey, I'm not in the hot seat for today. Joining me live is Dubai's one of the most amazing female filmmakers, Suzette Peachy. Hey, Suzette, how are you today?
Hi, Elaine. Great to be here. I'm fine and I'm doing great. And nice to see you again.
How do you find exposure right now?
The exposure is so exciting. There's a lot of workshops, a lot of cameras to learn from, and there's a lot of networking that's going on right now.
Absolutely. So, guys, I want to introduce to you Suzette, but let her do the introduction for you guys.
Oh, sure.
Tell us about yourself. Tell us about your history. How did you get into filmmaking, videography? Because people really want to know how you do it.
Okay, sure. Not a lot of people know that I'm an architect by profession, and I've been doing photography in 2011 because I love cityscape. And surely enough, and I do wedding photography, real estate photography, and also portrait photography. And I see a lot of demand for female videographers. So I told myself, why not dive in also into videography? And Nikon have been supportive to photographers that is transitioning from photography to videography. So I've been in their workshops, and then fortunately enough, I'm now here. I've have won some awards.
Absolutely.
Emirates Film Festival, and also been chosen as one of the finalists for HIPA. So I'm really proud of that.
Absolutely great. So I'm just going to let you in on a little secret. I actually know Suzette since 2018, to be honest, since this country, this beautiful country, allows women photographers and videographers to thrive in the wedding industry. So that's how I first met Suzette.
Yeah.
She was a videographer, I was a photographer in the same wedding, and we've been doing it for 2 years. I believe we've been working for 2 years
Yes.
up until today.
Yeah.
So that's how I know Suzette.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo! All right, Suzette. So I want you to tell the audience, okay? What is your Nikon gear that you usually carry for these events? So especially when you're starting off with filmmaking, what is your go-to gear?
Okay. So I started wedding photography. I was using then D600. Then I upgraded to D750. D750 already has a film videography features. But surely enough, when this mirrorless came, I shoot Nikon Z6. So up to now. And when I do vlogging, I use my mighty but small Nikon Z30.
Right, I
So,
believe
yeah.
you also do Nikon. You also do vlogging. How
Yeah.
did Nikon help you transition
Oh.
from photography to videography to vlogging? Please let us know.
Yeah, of course you know this because I went to Elaine's vlogging workshop.
Shameless
So,
plug right
yeah,
there.
Because as you know that I was working mostly behind the camera. So I want to develop myself as a vlogger, speaking in front of the public. So surely enough, this Nikon workshop have developed my speaking in public. And then this Nikon Z30 is really amazing camera that helped me monitor myself in front of the camera. And yeah.
And
sure,
she even won the Nikon
Yeah.
Z30
Yes.
because she was, I believe you were first place for the very
Yes.
first vlogging workshop that we hosted as well.
Yeah.
So by the way, you have to check out her vlogs. It is hilarious. The first one that she did, it was more about self-confidence, I believe.
Yes.
That's what you wanted to do because she was always behind the scene and then right in front of the camera, she ended up taking a vlog about confidence in the hotel and she ended up
Yeah.
winning that Nikon Z30.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, just a shameless plug. To be honest, you can actually pop by the Nikon stand here at the Exposure Festival Section D in the Trade Center area. We are having live workshops as we speak, okay? So feel free to come by, experience our photo stand as well that we have the new camera with the Nikon Z8. And then, of course, watch us live as we do the podcast both online and here at the Nikon stand, right?
Yeah, great.
Great. So I also have another thing to ask you because
Sure.
as a filmmaker, right, you would be carrying a lot of equipment.
Yeah.
What is the go-to equipment that you would have to carry? Do you carry any lights? What is your lighting setup that you would have to carry unless you are basing it off of ambient lighting from the day, of the day? So I'd like to know what is your go-to kit, if you carry any lighting, and also let us know audio. What
Yeah.
audio setup do you bring on hand as well?
Sure. Okay. When I'm shooting personal projects, what I'll carry with me is my Nikon Z cameras, of course. And
Are we talking about all the Nikon Z cameras, the Z6
no,
and
no.
the Z30 and the
if I'm lazy enough, like to lug around all the cameras with me, I carry my Nikon Z6. This is
Okay.
my most trusted camera.
And that's your go-to camera?
Yes, and it's 24-70 f4 kit lens, and I tripod, of course.
Absolutely, it's the
Yeah.
most essential thing.
And if I want to more some dynamic shots, I would bring myself a gimbal. But mostly I would like shy away from using gimbal, only the tripod, the Nikon Z6, and the 24-70 lens. And I would add 50 mm lens. So,
Okay, great. Do you
yeah.
mostly go handheld as well, if
Yes.
not for the gimbal? Okay,
Yes.
great. And what about lights? What lights do you bring on board? What's your audio as well?
Okay, I have a small light that's his YC onion. So
Okay.
I pop it in as an additional light, or I will have this one light. This is Yongnu light. So every time my shoot is like indoors, or if I'm shooting also personal projects, whether I will have sunset, I will add and pop it in my subject. And for the audio gear, sometimes I will just use the onboard camera actually from Nikon. And whether if it's like noisy in the background, I will pop in some shotgun mic and then place it near the subject.
Okay. Do you bring
Or-
lapels as well?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
I do
great.
bring lapel, like for like sit-in interviews, or whether if the environment is really noisy. So I would bring my lapel mic as well.
Great. Okay, so I can see that we have two mics here as well,
Yeah.
for as backup. Do you do
Yes.
that as well?
Yes, I do. I do even have like this external mic as well. So I will have my onboard mic and a supplementary external mic just to ensure that the sound is captured. Yeah.
Great. So that is also something that you would implement for vlogging, or I would say this is a different setup aside from vlogging.
This is also we could use for blogging because in like if you're shooting in an event.
Right.
But if you're shooting vlogging inside your home, you could do away with the lapel and then your onboard microphone. But
Okay.
if you're shooting events, you will have to bring external microphone just to ensure that you capture all the sound. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right, so really quick question as well. What has been your most favorite event that you've covered so far?
Okay.
Let's talk about favorite event first, and then I'm going to ask you what's your favorite. I'm going to say cinematic video that you've also created. Yeah. All right. So let's do event first.
Okay, the favorite event, this is the vlogging event which I went through. This is the 1 billion summit.
Oh, the 1 billion summit.
Yeah, this was 2 days. So during that time, I was able like to roam around and then interview some like-minded people and also some photographers. And I will like flex my Nikon Z30 there. There's a lot of people have been asking me.
Absolutely,
"Oh, yeah,
product
yeah,
placement
yes,
in
of
an
course."
event.
Yes, it was like really exciting, and then I met a lot of influencers, and yeah. So surely enough, I done a lot of videos out of it. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. And what about the most favorite video that you've created so far? Anything that we could see online that you can plug it to?
I posted it actually in my Instagram and also on YouTube. My favorite was like the spoken words by Michaela.
Okay.
So that was a collaboration with what's this spoken poetry. So I did some narrative and some ambient sounds on that, and then some cinematic moves. So actually, the story of that video is we tackled about anxiety, and the subject that was on the camera was like we have same sentiment. Then I asked her like to write about anxiety and how you cope on it.
How to
And
cope with
yeah,
it.
and I do some scripting and storyboarding, and I sent to her. And surely enough, we did one take, and then afterwards we do the audio, and then
Okay.
So yeah,
Ro-
that was
lo-
my favorite.
Lovely. And this is already on your social media, on all your
Yes,
social media
yes.
platforms. Great. So, speaking of anxiety, how do you overcome challenges as a videographer?
Yes.
What are the challenges that you do? Because we all
Yes.
experience challenges, but how do you overcome them?
The reason I'm also in videography is to conquer my anxiety. So I was always behind the camera, but like speaking in front of the audience, speaking in front of the camera is a new thing to me. So I like exert a lot of effort and then practice and rehearse really a lot just to conquer this anxiety. And um, it's like see, I'm really stammering right now.
No, you're doing
but
absolutely
yes.
well. Can I hold your hand and tell you you are
Yes.
doing a great job right now today?
So yeah, it's like see when Nikon also invited me to speak, so why not? Just show up, right?
Absolutely. So I have two last questions for you before we actually wrap up the episode. So, what advice can you give out to our aspiring videographers, aspiring filmmakers out there? What advice for anyone who's just starting out in this industry?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that because I really have faced a lot of challenges when I was starting videography and vlogging. So, what advice I can give to the audience who want to start in vlogging and videography is like really to practice, rehearse, practice a lot. You will fail most of the times, but this will help you develop your technical and speaking in public skills. Also, if you are doing vlogging, you have to find a comfortable environment that you can talk. Say inside the home, you can start with that. So start where you are comfortable, place it at your home and do your practice. And also, like think that you are only speaking in front of your friend, just like this, not in front of the camera. So you will be not nervous, and you will be comfortable. And lastly, it's never bad to ask feedback from your friends,
Absolutely.
from your photographer friends, and just your acquaintances. Sure, they can like provide you some feedback on how you will develop. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, any future plans, any future workshops with Nikon so that people can actually watch you live and learn a lot more about you?
So I have a lot of lineup workshops with Nikon. So mostly it's about filmmaking. I have in April, but this one was exclusive. So just stay tuned in nikonschool.com. So
Absolutely.
they post a lot of workshops. Not only me, so there's a lot of photographers and videographers that could give you knowledge about filmmaking and photography.
So, guys, you heard it first live here. Thank you so much, Suzette.
you. It's my
Suzette, how can
pleasure.
we find you on Instagram? What is your Instagram handle?
Okay, I have Instagram, which is Suzette underscore Peachy.
Great.
Also in my YouTube is the same name, so you can catch with me on that. Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
so much, guys, for joining us live with Suzette. I hope you picked up an advice or two, or tip or trick or two. If not, feel free to join in if any of her live workshops that should be happening in the next month or the next month. So, guys, that's it for today's episode. Join us for the next one, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye now.
Bye bye.